Today's horoscope and tarot reading from Astrocademy, Aquarius March 12, 2022. Today's transits stir a desire or need for change, and they can help you get in touch with deep passions or ambitions. There can be a lot going on beneath the surface today, as well as intense, exciting connections, personal revelations, and projects that motivate and thrill you. There can be sudden, revealing moments when feelings seem to emerge out of nowhere. Circumstances now tend to pull up new interests and affections, which motivate you to seek new ways of expressing yourself. It's easy to fixate on a specific topic or idea, which can be positive in moderation, but if overdone, tensions can ensue. Consider that guardedness of your privacy and unwillingness to explore more in-depth issues may be at the root of pressures now, and whether something you've swept under the carpet is better dealt with than avoided. In truth, there is excellent energy available to you for enjoying your private life and personal pursuits. What have you been secretly plotting behind the scenes? In addition to the moon in Pisces bringing emphasis to your sensually driven second house of comfort, luxuries, and values urging you to indulge in the people, places, and things that bring you satisfaction, Venus is sitting together with powerhouse Pluto via your secretive 12th house of closure, dreams, and all things behind the scenes. Who have you been invoking via love spells and manifestation rituals? If you're already in a romantic connection, chances are you've been keeping things low-key for now, even if that means sneaking around for the thrill. If things get toxic, abort the mission. You will feel less self-focused and perhaps vulnerable. Magical Luna is fantasizing about money, imploring you to consider an alternative world where you have everything you need and feel secure in your ability to stabilize. These fantasies are possible, but likely not without structure. If you want to work towards financial freedom, step away from the idealistic lunation towards a realistic mentality. Ask yourself what you can do to begin securing your assets. The moon's departure from your income sector today might bring the new moon of the last few days to a close, but this has been the prelude to something a lot more potentially game-changing. The moon leaves you with a sharp nose for money and plenty of forward momentum, just as an alignment between the Sun and lucky Jupiter is set to expose even more options. Your left brain and right brain working together. It's simply amazing. Sure, that gray matter dichotomy is something of a cliché, but in this case you just can't argue with success. So stop analyzing and enjoy. You are a delightfully flexible person at times, and the planetary energy at play makes this one of those times. To emphasize this quality, consider paying special attention to stretching out your hips and legs. When you feel strong physically, your true nature shines through. Cut back on the caffeine intake, regularly substitute peppermint or chamomile tea to strengthen your nervous system. Don't let conventional thinking hold you back on this day. Even if you're usually a real stickler for the rules, allowing yourself to reach beyond the confines just once in a while can bring so much to your well-being. Be daring and explore all of the options, no matter how obscure. Chances are you might just find the perfect solution to a problem, or an ideal method of tackling a current project. If you always stick to the known and safe, expansion and growth will take far longer than it needs to. While Venus and Mars only returned to Aquarius 6 days ago, they have been aligned for 4 weeks as they begin to separate today. Held back to Mars' speed after having to come to a standstill in order to turn direct, Venus is starting to pick up the pace and inch ahead. The planets with the will and the means to make things happen will remain in Aquarius for several more weeks, but from today are starting to take a divide and conquer approach. Venus is moving ahead, looking at what you want from the future, while Mars is following behind with the drive to make things happen. The moon's departure from your romantic sector has wrapped up one of its most important visits for the year, at least so far. These romantically charged lunar vibes have been the first since Venus, the planet of love, returned to Aquarius last weekend, and it comes just as an alignment with Mars ends. This has added fuel to Venus and Mars' mission to fire up your romantic passions and fighting spirit. Your tarot reading for today. People around you are plotting something about you. You are the target of calculations which aim to destabilize you. If you are not careful, you could find yourself in a difficult situation. You need to keep you on your toes and keep your eyes open in order to find out who these people are and why they are acting like this. It is possible that in the professional environment they are trying to put you down out of jealousy. No doubt you make some people envious. Look at the positive side. If people envy you, it must be because your life is better than theirs. You probably have many assets that you're not necessarily aware of. Don't bother yourself about those who would like to have what you have. Instead, worry about continuing to cultivate your strengths. Your personality is valuable. It is the fruit of your past, just the right mix of all those sometimes difficult experiences you have lived through. The fact that someone is trying to do you down shouldn't change you. Stay strong, be yourself. With time you will understand that you can become untouchable. Just ignore the negative people and move forward by being sure of your assets. In this way you will have enormous force and you will no longer have limits in your life. Good people will appreciate you for what you're worth, and the wrong people will no longer part of the people around you. You will have won the battle. If you listen to the lesson the cards are giving you today, you will accomplish new things in your life, things that are still only dreams today. Our eyes in the sky. People want to take control and dominate situations and relationships, so this is not the time for casual encounters. If you were thinking about taking the power struggle to the bedroom, this is a wonderful time to try out new positions and kinks with your partner. However, if we're talking about the way this energy can affect the boardroom, expect to have a lot of drama manifest as a result. If you're in a situation where you are the submissive person or playing that role, it's important for you to understand that you can change the dynamic. Taking control of your life is essential now, even for those who aren't necessarily confrontational. It can change your future for the better by allowing you to see how confident you are. Everyone could be in the mood to argue, so please choose kindness today. You have the option to live in your own reality and choose words of sweetness to get through the day instead of being rude or mean to the people you care about. You have a lot of popularity today, so don't be shy about taking advantage of it, especially if the vivacious, outgoing vibe is unusual for you. Standing up for yourself will also come naturally today. If you've failed to set boundaries with certain people, today is a great day to do that as well. However, be prepared for a little pushback because you won't be the only one who's in the mood to advocate for themselves. Don't let that deter you, because you have every reason to make the changes you're asking for and they likely don't.